And we have some more glorious meltdowns. It's been a week of meltdowns. Acolyte gets canceled. They start a petition. Just wanted to make sure it wasn't putting my fucking address on there. Every time I go into that thing, it like tries to put my address on.
What's it up to now?
35,000 signatures out of what, the million Star Wars fans?
Remember how many signatures the Game of Thrones like remake season 8 got?
Look at these videos we can watch.
Yeah. Wasn't that like 500,000 or something? Didn't it get to?
No, I got over a mil.
Really want to hear what that lady has to say.
I do.
Yeah,
oh my God, play it, please.
Don't forget, so somebody on TikTok, somebody posted a video about the Acolyte getting canceled, and she literally called it the second tower falling. This was her second 9/11. That's what she said.
Yeah.
Yes, I like the Acolyte. I love the Acolyte. I couldn't get enough of it. I've been on YouTube looking at all the videos that people have made about it. But Manny Jacinto and Amanda Stenberg, bring them back. Bring back the actor that plays Saul.
He's dead.
He's dead, you idiot.
And deserves another try.
I like how she
and I don't
knows
see
him.
why. Just because some of the Star Wars fans don't.
That's it. She cut off. Here's another one.
Please renew the Acolyte. There were so many wonderful things about it, from characters to choreography to the storyline.
It was terribly dumb, idiot.
That we've never seen before. That I would really love
why we've never
to
seen it
have
before?
fleshed out and eventually lead to perhaps Sidious his journey and Darth Plagueis, Chimere. Everyone was just so incredible.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I really want Harvey Weinstein's
I want to hear what this man
assistant.
in the orange shirt has to say.
It's really important to have diversity.
Oh my God.
That was a transfer these days. And just because it may be uncomfortable or new. I remember back when the prequels were first out, everybody bashed them, but now everybody loves them. It's a new generation, and allow each generation to have their Star Wars.
Oh my God.
Well, yeah, but didn't like a lot of the hatred for the prequels come from people in media and shit, like going after the Jar Jar Binks did?
Yep.
Like,
yes. These aren't real Star Wars fans. That's the whole thing.
They're not.
Oh my God! Look at that guy's forehead. He looks like Steve from Toy Story.
And you know what proves that they're not
he
Star Wars
does.
fans?
Holy
The fact
fuck!
that
Wait,
It's Megamind.
Can you play his video? Like,
hang on. You know what proves that these people aren't Star Wars fans? The fact that chick said, "Bring back Saul." Saul as a character is dead. You should know that from watching it. How do you bring? Like, I know that no one's ever really gone. You can just bring him back. Like,
no one's ever really gone.
He only got stabbed by no, he got his throat squished.
It's just a flesh wound.
Yeah, that's right.
Tis but a scratch.
They'll take him to the mod shop and get him a new throat.
Little back to tank. He'll be fine.
Loved this show. Yes, it wasn't perfect, but neither was the original trilogy.
Oh, fuck off.
I want to see more of the Sith, of Chimere, and the story they could tell with Darth Plagueis. So let's bring back the Acolyte, please.
I'm with him. Darth Plagueis. I want to see how they butcher that.
Here, let's listen to
I don't.
Megamind.
As long as it's Disney money and not mine.
I just got to say about that last guy, he really loves Thanksgiving time because that's when his boyfriend's cum tastes like pumpkin spice.
The Acolyte probably got canceled because I talked to people.
Whoa, my God.
Wait, play that again.
Louder.
I can't.
Oh, don't. He's mentally handicapped. Don't make fun.
Yeah, he is. I feel bad now.
Disney is being quiet about it because
It got canceled because nobody fucking watched it. That's a fact.
Show. It's a retarded petition, and they actually have real retards defending it. Like, come on, man.
me and this guy right here, we would like to take a moment to ask Disney to please continue the Acolyte season 2. It seems like a very small contingent of Imperial spies has infiltrated the Rebel Alliance and trying to keep us from enjoying the content that we want. So please do not give in to the Imperial hate. Stand with the Rebel Alliance, and let's keep continuing the Acolyte.
I gotta ask. So it's 2 times. So I remember when Velma was out. You guys got Velma renewed, but now we got a show canceled. So do we have power? Do we not have power? Which one is it? Which one is it?
Whatever helps their narrative this week.
You know the answer to that. It's none. They just decided based on what they've decided. No one has influenced them to make this decision. No one. You know what influenced them to make this decision? The fact that it was a shit show. Yes, it did get fucking absolutely slagged, but it made no money. You spent $180 million on something that destroyed your own canon, not just George Lucas's canon. You didn't just destroy that. You destroyed your own canon. You know, just something as simple as the thing with Ki-Adi-Mundi, right? And his date of birth and all of that sort of thing. Not only did you destroy that individual character, you destroyed the lore around his entire species based on the fact that it was determined that they could only live to about 60 years old was their lifespan. You have now altered that entire species, just like you did with the Book of Boba Fett show when you changed the entire lore and canon around the planet of Tatooine. This is the thing. Star Wars is so fleshed out that individual.
No, I mean you're right, Rhino. Like your original point was right. The reason this show was canceled is because less people watch this than who witnessed the birth of Christ. That's why this show was canceled, right?
100%.
At least there was a barn full to watch the birth of Christ.
I mean,
there's more people watching that than the Acolyte.
If Disney actually wanted to make money with it, they would just do the expanded universe. They would just bring those books back. They would just give people that content that they've been begging for. But they won't do it. But they refuse to fucking do it.
They spent $4 billion buying this franchise, and then they threw away 90% of what the franchise included.
They bought the franchise because they wanted to bring in a male audience, and then they were like, no, fuck you. We just want more chicks.
Oh, man, it's such a disaster. And you think 35,000 signatures is like enough? You think that based on how massive this fan base is, based on how massive Star Wars is, think about when the box office for The Force Awakens, how many Star Wars fans went to see that based on the hope that Disney were going to do something good with Star Wars? It was huge. Multiple people went multiple times to go and see that movie. Right? And it made billions because
you said there was how many signatures on it?
And then they basically said, no, fuck you to those fans, all of those people. And you think there's still more of you that are going to sign this petition and get it? Oh, give me a second season. Fuck it. At this point, give us Rian Johnson's trilogy. Give us everything that you've actually canceled. I don't fucking care anymore. You've destroyed the lore and the canon of Star Wars to the point where it's so separate now for me from George Lucas's Star Wars and the EU that continue destroying it. Let me see what you're going to do with Plagueis. Please show me how much destruction you can do to another character. It's insane because you guys can't even keep your own canon in check. Look what happened to The Mandalorian. And I even think Mandalorian season 1 is a pile of steaming dog shit. And people are still sitting there praising it. The Luke Skinwalker moment at the end of season 2. Yeah, people might have got hyped, but do you ever really hear people talking about it anymore as a cultural moment for that franchise? No. People still reference and Lucasfilm still use the OT, the thing that these so-called Disney Star Wars seals clap for, and then they sit there and say, oh, but the OT was shit because of this, so how can you say that this is shit when you like that? Blah, blah, blah.
All right.
Sorry. So,
Rhino, I got a question. Why is your lightsaber red?
Well, because I'm fucking angry all the time. I'm like,
anger leads to the dark side.
really good meltdown thread right here. Here's one too. Acolyte getting canceled because incels couldn't handle sexy black and sexy Asian man serving evil villainous romance.
He was
But
not
this is-
sexy.
But did you see they played it on FNT, the captions? So, you can put visual caption, like if you can't see very well, it'll describe it. And it sounds like a fucking softcore romance book. Like he takes his shirt off, showing the sun hit his toned back.
Yeah.
She watches from a distance, trying to get a better peek at his
did you see the one about putting the, did you see the one about putting the throbbing lightsaber to his throat?
Yeah.
Putting the throbbing lightsaber to his throat.
Yeah, Desparo keeps playing that clip. It's great.
Here's a TikTok compilation of people melting down. Let's watch some of this.
Dude, I reacted to this and I got 2,000 subs from reacting to it.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's what I was asking. Like, how many people have signed the petition so far? What, 35K? You said?
Yeah,
and it's been out for what, 4 or 5 days?
36,303. About to be 304. I'm gonna sign.
I'm sure all of us did a video about this, and it already has probably twice the amount of views as that has signatures by now.
Yeah, it's Streisand effect. Like, I'll fucking sign it. I want a season 2. It helped my channel. Give it to me.
All right.
It's such a train wreck. I want to see what happens.
So the
With
Acolyte was
Disney money.
canceled. It's definitely because incels didn't like 2 people of color holding hands. We're not. They hit the second tower.
There it was. It's the second tower.
Yeah.
That's fucking kind of disrespectful to 9/11, to be honest.
It is.
Dang.
It's
they don't give a shit about that.
Yeah.
These are the same people, though, that are
run show with Leslie Headland at the helm, starring a black femme and a diverse cast of characters, unlike we had seen in a Star Wars
She reading a press
project
release?
before. The review bombers took to the internet before the show even had a chance to air.
I understand that it got review bombed to an insane degree by so many people who were hating on it just because of what seemed like internal prejudice.
Amanda Stenberg, who not only gave a phenomenal performance as Osha, but also
Her
as
performance
Princess Renee,
sucked.
had no choice but to stick up for themselves and defend herself against the vitriol
It was
and
so
bigotry
bad.
that she was receiving because Lucasfilm did not protect her.
Oh my god. She needs protection from Lucasfilm.
The supposed Star Wars.
What were they supposed to do? I mean,
and they even came out recently, or somebody did, and said that it probably wasn't the best thing to do to come out with a diss track. No shit.
Nobody was even really talking about her. Everyone was making
and
fun
she's
of the
full
show.
of shit because a lot of people came out in defense of the vitriol that didn't exist. Just
Well,
like
I thought
always,
the whole
like
thing
Rose
was
Tico and shit.
women don't need people to defend them.
That's true. Yeah.
That's true. And the whole thing about them review bombing, or the people review bombing before it came out. Well, you can't really review bomb before something does come out, but people were talking about it because we had interviews of them saying, "Oh, it's the gayest Star Wars." Ha 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 ha! It's the gayest Star Wars. Like, what are we just supposed to sit there and ignore that? They're the ones promoting it the way that they're promoting it. We really knew nothing about the show other than it had to do with the Sith. Everything else revolved around, oh, it's strong women. Yes, yes, Queen. Like all of that shit. Like that's all we got promotion wise.
I did a whole thread where everything that they complain about, I'm like, it's funny how it didn't apply in any of these other franchises, but they're all fake Geek Girls, which have never seen any of it.
Ooh,
so they wouldn't know.
Stargate was a good one.
I'm gonna have to use your thread for a video. Let me,
I put my thread in the.
I know I'm sending it to myself.
I talked about that on my stream. Yeah, it's a good thread.
Yeah, sending that to myself for some content.
Fans were divided, and by that I mean incels of the internet and of Twitter.
Managed to pull off enemies to lovers so well.
Lucasfilm didn't do anything to protect the cast and the crew of the Acolyte.
Why can't the girls have fun things for the girlies? Why?
Why didn't you fucking watch it, women?
Listen, there's
Where's
more
the
media
views?
out there for women than there is for men, and that's just a fact when you look at like TV. So
No, you're right.
Something for the girlies. It's like, I don't know, Sex in the City, Keeping Up with the Kardashian, Gilmore Girls,
Twilight.
Gossip Girl,
Sister
come on.
Wives.
Yeah, sister. Basically,
All
everything on
reality
TLC.
shows.
Pretty much anything on MTV,
TLC,
The only channels that have
TLC,
that's like mostly
AMC.
dedicated to guys is news channels and sports.
All of the talk shows
And
in the
even that
morning.
shit's gone woke. Yeah.
The View, all that shit is for women.
But this is the other thing too. If there were more of them, why weren't they able to positively review bomb on enough on Rotten Tomatoes to be able to get it up higher, to get the ranking up higher? You know what I mean? Like,
AKA love bombing. Yeah, we make this point all the time. It makes no sense. They love to cry review bombing, but it's like, yeah, but there's not enough of you evidently coming in. And nobody ever calls them out for doing that shit either, giving everything 10 out of 10 or 5 out of 5.
Well, we do, but
Well, I just see
Well, I
this
meant on
shit
the
and I'm
other
like,
side, but
I've met these girls in real life. They're all a bunch of fake geek girls that are only tuning into this now because it's popular. They wouldn't give two shits about any of this 10 years ago. And they prove that because they don't know anything about any sci-fi franchise. You ask them to name the order of the Kardashians' birth and they'll know it on the back of their hand, right?
yeah.
But
ask him what Padme Amidala's last name
I
is.
asked them to name like 5 female Star Wars characters without Google, and they can't.
But it just shows how fragile you guys are to storytelling.
And it was for the girls on board.
I like good
Headlands
stories.
Was so dedicated as a fan
And we're
of
the
Star
ones with
Wars.
the fragile.
No, that thing right there, it's like, no, she wasn't. She went on a fucking show or an interview, and she said all nerds are gay, and that Star Wars is gay, and it's for gay nerds. She does not like Star Wars.
And even Leslie Edmonds said that it's going to reflect her queerness.
I know. It's like, oh my God.
Like, hasn't Star Wars pretty much been for gay nerds for the last 10 years, 15 years?
Oh, yeah. Pretty much, Dylan. Pretty much.
Is literally about people of color.
No, I'll go back to that screenshot, Flash. She doesn't even know what the quote is. It's not about women of color. It's about how they're breaking the rules by using the Force against the Jedi's will. Like, she's so fucking retarded. She doesn't even know what the quote is that she's using as reference, and she's too stupid to understand it. See, people like this, I'm like, you're the real racist because you're making things about race that it's not about race. Like, nothing in this show is about race at all. They never bring up race in Star Wars. It's people that are watching that bring it up. And it's like a non-racist person doesn't even notice. Only a racist person notices another people's skin color and judges them for it.
But that line is a political allegory in the show. Like, they put it in there specifically like that so that people like this chick that's on the screen right now can identify with it through race.
Yes, because she's retarded. They put it in there for retarded people.
People, exactly.
She is one of the few people in this compilation I would probably smash.
Well, that's because she's pretty.
Literally about people of color.
Ask me what I'm about to do.
Not feeling it anymore.
I'm about to cry. Thank you for asking.
I don't care about what the incel said. You guys bullied Amanda
There we go.
Stenberg
It's
so
better.
bad.
At least
The
she's.
Acolyte, it was kind of to be expected considering how it is set in the
We
universe
bullied
that
Amanda
has,
Stenberg.
if not one of the, then the most
We didn't
toxic
bully
fan
the
base
actress.
ever.
To receive this news, I'm.
Oh, wait, hold on. That girl said the most toxic
I like
fan base ever. She's a woman. She knows that that's not true. The beauty and fashion industries are the 2 most toxic fan bases to exist on this planet. And she knows that, and she's trying to say it's Star Wars. Give me a fucking break. I hate fake geek girls so much.
What is this song they keep playing?
It's just a trendy one. It's
I don't even know it.
What do you mean? It wasn't bringing in the view.
The viewership was not bad.
It wasn't bringing in the views, bitch.
Is very scary and
Yeah.
very concerning. What Lucasfilm
We have the Nielsen numbers.
Yeah,
Who's fucking
lowest
watching
rated
it.
Star Wars show ever.
I'm not making this shit up.
Or since Andor or
this
whatever. But yeah.
decision is allowing the bigots to
I want to
win,
point out this girl
allowing the
is a
bigots to
failed
run with this
PhD
and
student.
decide,
She got kicked
even if
out.
that's not the original
She was the one who was
intention of
freaking
the
out the
show,
most
that they
about
have
this
won,
video being
that
put
they
together
are
by
correct,
staff.
that Star Wars
Did you see
needs
her
to be
fucking
white and
spaz out
male,
about it?
and
She was
can't
also
be-
in the There's
Can
More
you
of
say
Us.
that, Stefan?
Attack!
I think she was also a part of the More of Us video.
She was.
I thought there was more people that were into this than us. I'm shocked.
Yeah, our video actually got like vindicated and better.
A couple people in the chat pointing out Poopa here, Poopa Chalupa says that this could be a Concord character for kind of fits the Concord lineup.
Not black enough. But yeah.
What's this, Tom?
This is when we were talking about race stuff. This was something I come across the other day, and it really made me go, wow, because this is something I've said a few times too. What's hilarious about this is from 1988. This is basically Roger Ebert making an observation about kids in 1988.
One of the strange thing is that when some of the Vietnam movies came out a few years ago, like Platoon, the prime movie-going generation, which is, let's say, between 17 and 25, were really not familiar firsthand with the Vietnam War at all. It's the same with the Civil Rights Movement.
No question.
I went to see this movie at a screening, and people were walking out saying, were things really like that, in America? And I'm saying, this was so recently that the cars are still on the road. This was 24 years ago. That's how much things have changed. People need to know that.
Yeah.
That's how much things had changed. We have gone completely in reverse. Completely in reverse.
Here, share my screen real fast, Flash.
I don't know if you guys got the same thing out of that I did, but yeah.
So this is my thread where I broke down how they're all fucking retarded. But there's this clip that Grizzy made and sent to me. So
there's
that
a chickie poo right there. Yeah.
Well, so the
Isn't
one
that,
girl.
That's
that
Molly
one guy's
Damon.
dominatrix.
That's Molly Damon.
That's Molly from Star Wars Explained.
Yeah,
But
that's
so
that
this
one
is,
guy's boss.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, so this is Sawyerism's podcast, and they basically just have an all whammon podcast where they bitch about Star Wars and prove that they're all idiots. But so this is their reason why the Acolyte failed, or why we all hated it. Can you hear it or no?
Let's go.
Fighting's bad. No,
Yep.
you hate it because there's a lesbian.
Feels like more people that perhaps think that and have not been emboldened to say so previously are all of a sudden coming out of the woodwork going, look at me, I hate gay people.
Fighting's bad. No, you hate it because there's a lesbian.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's some deep diving they did there, some deep analysis.
Yeah, your thread's really good. It's showing like all the other sci-fi and fantasy stuff that's had like
Yeah, well, it was like no girl, something for the girlies, right?
Soap operas, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, it's like, oh, there's never.
Now, wait a minute. You
it's-
had Grease on there. Grease isn't for girls. It's great.
It's for everyone. But
Yeah, I
most
like
girls it.
Grease.
But no, she's
One of
like,
the
you
few
guys are
musicals I
offended by
like.
black people holding hands. It's like nobody had a problem with Cisco. Nobody had a problem in Stargate. It's like fake geek girls. I hate them. Like, oh, a black femme woman.
Cisco's like one of my favorite captains. Like, I like him over Picard, honestly. Kirk and Cisco are
one of the best.
Yeah, they're
Well,
my
guys,
favorite.
did you know
I
the
put
Acolyte-
Picard
first-
after.
First time
after
there's
them.
been a black femme woman as a head character in a sci-fi show. Give me a fuck. I hate fake geek girls so much.